Live from the Don and Lorena Meyer studio at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln College of Journalism and Mass Communications, this is Nebraska Nightly.
Welcome to Nebraska Nightly. I'm Sophie Farrell.
And I'm Killian O'Flaherty. Our top story today.
A mountain lion was spotted in the Lancaster County over the weekend. A home security camera captured the footage of the mountain lion between 1 and 3 a.m. The sighting happened nearly 14 miles away from campus near South 176th Street and Bennett Road. Even though sightings are rare, the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says if you see a mountain lion, do not run. They say to stand up and make yourself seem as big as possible.
McDonald's stock is down just over 7% following the last month E. coli outbreak. The illness has been linked to onions used in the Quarter Pounder. The fast food company is now investing $100 million to bring customers back to their stores, with $35 million going towards marketing and advertising, and $65 million going to their most affected franchises. Federal health officials count at least 104 people ill from the outbreak, with 34 being hospitalized. 13 of those impacted were Nebraskans.
The case of a man charged with a double homicide is getting a change of venue. Christopher Johnson is charged with the May deaths of Carlos Sylvia and Terrell Jones outside of the Office Gentlemen's Club in Lincoln. Johnson requested to have his case moved because of a bailiff for multiple Lancaster County judges witnessed the event. This means the case will be held in a different judicial district to ensure a fair trial. If convicted, Johnson could face the death penalty.
Police arrested a Lincoln man Saturday afternoon after he threatened a group of people in a local home. The man, Jacob Bremer, threatened the group with an AR-15 assault rifle during the gathering near 162nd Street and Old Charney Road. Deputies responded around 5:30 p.m. The gun had been taken away before their arrival. Bremer is now being held at Lancaster County Adult Detention Facility on suspicion of use of a weapon to commit a felony and terroristic threats.
After a week of cabinet picks from President-elect Trump, Omaha Junior Senator is in the middle of a controversy. Gaylord News' Victoria Anderson reports how everyone from Meet the Dress to The Daily Show is getting in on the act.
Sooner Senator Markwayne Mullin has been in the spotlight the past couple weeks, and though the saying goes all press is good press, the senator's former comments on Trump's AG pick, Matt Gaetz, have put him in the hot seat.
Senator Mullin, welcome to Meet the Press.
Thanks for having me on, Kristen.
Clarifications and cleanups were crossed off the list for one senator this Sunday after President-elect Trump's pick heard around the world sent shockwaves across the aisle. Trump's Attorney General pick is a man with many enemies, including Senator Markwayne Mullin.
In the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink.
His own colleagues are saying he crushed ED meds and slept with a 17-year-old.
A CNN interview from early October resurfacing after the pick as a running joke at the late-night desk. But the punchline is way more recent.
I completely trust President Trump's decision-making on this one.
I don't get it. Do you hate Matt Gaetz or not, Markwayne?
Mullin's internal battle between a Trump fan and a Gaetz hater playing out in the public eye.
I have no doubt that President Trump believes that Matt Gaetz is the right person to do the right job, but at the same time, the background of Matt Gaetz does matter.
The senator coming face-to-face with his past on Meet the Press, showing support for Trump's picks while pushing for the release of any House investigation findings on Gaetz.
Senator Markwayne Mullin, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Mullin now hoping to fade out of the spotlight and let the resume of Matt Gaetz speak for itself. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Victoria Anderson, Gaylord News.
Republican senators want to get cabinet confirmation hearings underway as early as possible, when they return after the New Year's holiday. Fall is in full swing, and meteorologist Logan Schlottman is here with this week's forecast.
Yeah, that average looking weekend kind of turned into a cooler start this week as we've seen 40s across the state and 30s over in the Panhandle with 36 in Ellsworth, 38 over in Scottsbluff. Then heading over to the eastern part of the state, we do see those upper 40s with 46 in Norfolk and 47 down in Columbus. Here in the capital city, though, we're seeing mostly sunny conditions, 49 degrees, a mid-westerly wind of 14 miles per hour, a low dew point of 23 miles per hour, but it's looking pretty nice and a little bit on the cold side there. While taking a look at our satellite across the states, we'll be seeing some heavy cloud coverage on the eastern coast of the states, but moving in over into the Midwest, there is a little bit of a cloud patch that's covering the Kansas-Nebraska border. While we zoom into there, we can see those clouds covering a lot of that border with another bit of a cumulus field over up in the Panhandle, but mainly for a lot of northern Nebraska, that's where we're going to be seeing those clear conditions. With the radar across the state, we'll be seeing some chances for rain across that Kansas-Nebraska border, but nothing really coming up, especially over in Lincoln and Omaha. It's all mainly going to be staying south, so probably the Falls City and down over there. Let's take a look at our NAMS model. This is going to run through the rest of the work week while we're going to be ending up till Friday. And it's going to be pretty dry. Nothing really with a bunch of winds, just mainly blowing from the west, but no rain in sight. Taking a look at those rain chances, as we did get a lot yesterday, we even broke a new record for the most rain in that day. Those next 7 days, it is going to be really dry, as our next chance for rain is probably going to be next Tuesday with a 20% chance. While those later conditions tonight, we'll be seeing a low of 33 degrees. It's going to be partly cloudy, westerly wind of 13 miles per hour. And throughout the night, it's going to be gradually clearing into hopefully a mostly sunny day, as we'll be seeing a high of 49 degrees, a west-northwesterly wind of 20 miles per hour. Mostly sunny and breezy, and those temperatures, they'll rise, but probably not that high as that high of 47 and 49 we'll be seeing around 3 to 4 p.m., but still mostly sunny conditions. That week ahead, we'll be seeing those temperatures start to vary, maybe increase as we get into that weekend on your Husker game day on Saturday. Mostly sunny, 50 degrees for that weekend, and as we get back into the next work week, we'll be seeing those temperatures go back down into the 40s. With a chance for this the week after, we'll be seeing those chances have a cooling trend possibly to lead even to colder weather throughout the Midwest and the western portion. While if looking for precip, it's probably going to be near normal for the next week and two. That's all I have for your weather. Back to you.
Coming up after the break, Husker football is back in Lincoln.
Husker volleyball dominates Indiana.
And basketball travels to South Dakota.
Stick with us.
The need for blood never stops. And at the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, your blood could help save lives. Right now, only 7% of the population donates blood. But imagine if there were more.
We're sitting at below a 7-day level of supply of all blood types across the board. So every blood type is important, and we need all donors of all types to come in and donate right now.
At the Nebraska Community Blood Bank, they believe that all types make a strong blood supply.
Many of the brands you love don't love animals like you do. Look at the labels of products you use for a bunny logo signifying they don't lab test on animals. Check the label for those who aren't able. Start making the shift by visiting crueltyfreekitty.com today.
Nebraska Athletics is back in Lincoln, and Harmon Johnson has all you need to know about Husker sports.
That's right, Sophie and Killian. Coming off their third straight one-possession loss, it's beginning to look like history is destined to repeat itself for the Nebraska football team. Currently sitting at 0-8 in chances to secure bowl eligibility, Matt Rule and his squad are preparing to face a Wisconsin Badgers team riddled with inner turmoil. Ahead of Saturday's Senior Day festivities, Coach Rule stressed the importance of finishing games.
We're going to have to go down at some point and win the game. And, you know, Wisconsin just played a great game against Oregon. You know, they played a great game against Penn State. They're talented. It'll be probably come down to the last drive. And I want our seniors to win one of those. We're in the same spot as last year. You've got to break through so that there's something new next year that you're going for. And so that's what the end of the year is about to me. It's not about optics. It's not about hope. It's about action. It's about doing things.
A Among the more than 20 seniors participating in Saturday's celebrations is 6-year defensive lineman Ty Robinson, who holds the record for most games played with the Cornhuskers with 57, and 6th-year right tackle Bryce Benhart, who has started the most games at his position in program history with 51. Currently, Nebraska is favored in this game on Saturday by 2.5 points, despite losing their last 4 games. Wisconsin will head to Lincoln under the direction of a new offensive coordinator. Both teams are searching for their 6th win and a chance to play in December. Kickoff is currently set for 2:30 p.m. and can be seen on Big Ten Network. Nebraska volleyball continued their dominant run through the Big Ten Conference on Saturday night as they faced off against the Hoosiers of Indiana. Nebraska was led on offense by Harper Murray with 10 kills. Merritt Beeson and Andy Jackson each chipped in 8 kills, and sophomore setter Bergen Riley took home her 4th Big Ten Setter of the Week award after dishing out 35 assists. With the sweep, Nebraska won their 40th straight game inside of the Bob Devaney Sports Center. They will take a quick road trip tomorrow night to Iowa City to face the Hawkeyes before returning home for their biggest match of the year against 6th-ranked Wisconsin Saturday night. Husker Hoops took a road trip up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the throwback games at the Sanford Pentagon. Saturday night, Amy Williams led the 21st-ranked Cornhuskers against her former squad, the South Dakota Coyotes. Both teams were ready for the intimate atmosphere as they combined for 30 made three-pointers. Nebraska outshot the Coyotes in front of a sold-out Pentagon crowd, combining for a program record 20 made three-pointers. Britt Prince drained her first 2 collegiate threes en route to her new career-high 23 points, ironically the number she wears. Natalie Potts also shot her number, scoring 22 of the Huskers' 113. South Dakota's Grace Larkins dropped 28, but it was not enough as the Coyotes fell short 113-70. The Nebraska women are back in action tonight against North Alabama. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. at Pinnacle Bank Arena, and the game can be seen on Big Ten+. The Husker men were also in Sioux Falls taking on a premier West Coast Conference opponent, the St. Mary's Gales. Nebraska got out to a slow start, but it was only down 3 at halftime following an overturned goaltending call. Bryce Williams cashed in a season-high 28 points, but it was not enough as freshman phenom Mikey Lewis scored all 23 of the Gales' bench points. Nebraska had a chance to send this game to overtime, but as the Williams shot fell short, St. Mary's secured a 77-74 victory in South Dakota. The Nebraska men will continue a tough stretch of their schedule as they'll head to Omaha on Friday to face the Creighton Blue Jays. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. and can be seen on FS1. And in news from the baseball diamond, former Husker Jabba Chamberlain was inducted into the Nebraska Hall of Fame in Beatrice this past weekend. Chamberlain was a pitcher with Nebraska from 2005 to 2006 and helped lead Nebraska to their first College World Series win in program history in 2005. Following his collegiate career, Chamberlain was drafted 41st overall in the 2006 MLB draft to the New York Yankees, where he would spend a majority of his more than decade-long Major League career. In 2009, Chamberlain pitched out of the bullpen during the Yankees World Series victory. He also had stops with Cleveland, Toronto, Milwaukee, and Kansas City before retiring in 2017. So guys, a lot of stuff happened this weekend. Of course, Nebraska fell short of that 6th win again. They're still searching for it with 2 games left.
Yeah, as a Husker fan, I am a little heartbroken that we haven't already made it to the bowl game. But I think that this weekend could be our weekend and we can make it to 6.
Yeah, a little bit of a rough Badger team coming in here without an offensive coordinator right now, so you're going to have to take advantage of that game at home.
Yeah. I know, and with such a heavy start to the season, showing that we are here, it's just we have to make it known at this point in these last few games.
We'll have to see what happens.
We'll see.
Coming up on Nebraska Nightly.
Bouquet making at Massengale.
Cocktails in a cave.
And an anniversary in Anderson Hall, all after the break.
Social media is a daily part of many college students' lives, something we've become used to, but it can also be overwhelming and draining. Studies show that taking regular breaks from social media reduces stress and improves mental health. Too much screen time has been proven to increase anxiety, while stepping away helps you reconnect with the world around you. Take a break. Protect your mental health.
Okay, so how about this much?
I don't know.
Well, how about this much?
I don't know.
How about...
Actually, I don't know.
Okay, maybe this much?
I don't know.
The very tip of your pencil, a fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt. That's how much it takes for a dose of fentanyl to become lethal. Learn more at realdealonfentanyl.com.
Campus is packed with fun fall events, and Joel Bierbauer has more. Joel?
Before Thanksgiving break, stop by the Massengale Multipurpose Room this Wednesday, November 20th from 7 to 9 p.m. to make a beautiful bouquet. This event will be free to attend. Christmas in a cave? From Wednesday, November 20th to December 31st, Robert's Cave will be hosting a Christmas-themed pop-up cocktail bar featuring a lineup of seasonal drinks and musical guests. Shop the Blocks is back. Stop by the Rococo Theater this Thursday, November 21st, to get your VIP bag and passport by showing your e-ticket, and shop from 4:30 to 9 p.m. at participating businesses in downtown Lincoln. That's all for entertainment. Back to you guys at the desk.
This week is a special one here at Nebraska Nightly as we celebrate the 2-year anniversary of our Don and Lorena Meyer studio.
On November 17th, 2022, the College of Journalism and Mass Communications held the official ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Meyer studio.
Since its opening, the studio has been the home of Nebraska Nightly, as well as many other class projects and presentations, including esports tournaments and sports pregame shows.
2 years since its opening, the studio continues to provide some of the best resources for experimental learning at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I am so incredibly grateful to be able to use the studio for Nebraska Nightly. It's been such a blessing.
I know, and just seeing where we've come in these past 2 years, it really just shows, from like our teachers to like the staff here, that they've really made such an amazing production.
It really has.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Friday on Nebraska Nightly.
Nebraska Nightly is a production of the University of Nebraska's College of Journalism and Mass Communications.